Hello blog readers. I'm here with esteemed labor and employment attorney Jerry Maatman, a partner at Seyfarth Shaw. The calendar recently turned to October, meaning that another EEOC fiscal year has come to a close. Our firm has extensive EEOC litigation experience and a special interest in the filing changes that occur from year to year. When this fiscal year ended on September 30th, Seyfarth Shaw was the first to report on the EEOC's major filing trends of 2017. Jerry will now touch on a few brief highlights from our annual end-of-year blog post.
Well, thank you for allowing me to join you today. The government's fiscal year ended on September 30, and it was a remarkable month in terms of what employers experienced with lawsuit filings by the EEOC. For the fiscal year 2017, the EEOC expanded considerably the number of lawsuits it filed, 184 in 2017 as compared to 136 in 2016. In terms of the locations of those filings, the Los Angeles and Chicago district offices of the EEOC filed the most with 22 and 21 lawsuits respectively. The Phoenix district office, by contrast, which in 2016 had filed more lawsuits than any other district office, was down to only 7 lawsuits. What was very remarkable was the last 30 days of the fiscal year, the month of September. The EEOC filed 88 of its 184 lawsuits in the last 30 days of the fiscal year. That was almost triple the number filed in the last month in September of 2016. So the bottom line for employers is, despite the changeover in the White House, the EEOC has redoubled its efforts and filed more lawsuits against employers than in the year before, the last year of President Obama's term of office.
I've heard a lot about equal pay issues recently. What did 2017 have in store for equal pay claims?
The EEOC in the past has focused on equal pay issues as an area of concern, but unlike past years when there were a few number of Equal Pay Act cases, in 2017 the EEOC brought double the amount of Equal Pay Act cases than it had the previous 2 years. 11 of the 184 lawsuits brought by the EEOC in fiscal year 2017 challenged pay decisions by employers under the Equal Pay Act. It's interesting insofar as in January of this past year, when the chair of the EEOC visited Seyfarth Shaw and co-presented on these issues with us, she had indicated that Equal Pay Act is one of the #1 issues of concern with the government, and by these filings the EEOC has lived up to that focus and begun to initiate more litigation over those matters than in any other year.
Thank you. And lastly, we would like to touch on possible implications for the future. Jerry, do you think 2017 will have any inclination of what will happen in the next EEOC fiscal year?
It's a great question, and I think things are in flux, and the assumption of many employers with a Republican president in the White House, the EEOC will be much less of an activist agency in terms of setting policy than in the past. I think that's probably going to come to fruition as we go into 2018, but obviously on the litigation front, the Trump's EEOC has been more activist in filing lawsuits against employers than under the Obama administration. I think politics will play a role. There are new commissioners that have been nominated but have yet to be confirmed by the Senate and take their seats. But I look to a wholesale, so to speak, revision of the way the EEOC does its business, with probably a new Office of the General Counsel line of authority over what lawsuits are filed and where they're filed, and more of a dialogue between the commissioners and the EEOC's probably new General Counsel sometime in the early part of calendar year 2018.
Thank you, Jerry. Readers of this blog know that our end-of-year blog post was just a preview of our analysis of the 2017 EEOC fiscal year. Make sure to stay tuned for our full analysis of this year's trends and developments, which comes out at the end of December.